they try to tell people to not take action. They're trying to make you become lazy. They're trying to make you a daydreamer. You got to go out there. You got to put your brain to the test. You got to go make it happen. Listen, I got no issues with that. You got to make it happen. But here's the thing. You got to know how to make it happen. There's not one way to make it happen. They try to teach you the one way to make it happen. And let me go again. So here's what they're saying to you. Man, so what do you expect? You're going to sit on your couch? You know, you can't be teaching people this, man. You're telling people to sit on their couch and visualize it's going to pop in their lap. The world doesn't work like that. You got to get up, man. You got to go out and make it happen. That is true. That is very true. But here's the mistake we make. When you go out and make something happen, you're going to engage in conscious action because that's all the mind knows how to do. The mind was developed for you to criticize, solve issues. So the first thing you're going to do is your ego's going to take over. Your ego going to say, listen, we got to go do this. You can't sit still, man. Let's push, let's try. Bro, do it. They say, no, keep going. They You know, I got a rule of thumb, man. And my rule of thumb is this. I'll attempt 2 times, 3 times, whatever, 2 to 3 times. I'll attempt 2 to 3 times. And if I don't see any results in those times, I quit. I move on. I let it go. I say, okay, that's not for me. But your brain will tell you, no, you got to keep pushing. You're only going to create more problems, people. It's actually very simple. It's a very simple formula. Well, here's what happens, guys. All of your problems, did you know all of your problems have solutions? Not only all of your problems have solutions, there are more solutions than there are problems for your problem. Because you're only available to a couple solutions in your conscious mind. You're available to infinite solutions in the creative mind. So what you want to do is, when you inspired action follows like this. This is the example of inspired action right here. I see what I want. Okay, I want that. I create that feeling of it. I get really into it for a little minute, build it up. Okay, now I see what I want. Okay, now I'm gonna let go of what I want. I'm gonna act like I got what I want. I do that through my visualization. I do that through affirmation. I do that through the mindset of being focused, of being positive. Okay, once I do that, then I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch from behind the scenes now. Why am I watching behind the scenes? Because I'm watching and I'm waiting to get the inspired action. Because it's gonna come. Because I know. That's what I'm teaching you. So what do? I continue doing what I want to do. Then one day, bam, there it is, my inspired action. What does that look like, Mark? It'll be something that comes right into my mind without any resistance. It'll be something that just feels like I'm supposed to do it. There's no resistance. How do I know it's inspired action? The feelings, man. Inspired action will come with no feelings. Inspired action will come like an instinct. Action always comes with feelings and thinking. That's not the universe. That's not your higher self. That's your logical mind. Listen, you can get certain things accomplished with regular action. I'm not saying you can't. But you can never get your full dreams and desires accomplished with regular action. Because regular action doesn't have the power to create the dreams and desires you want, because regular action resides in the conscious mind. Regular action has a limitation. Inspired action has an infinite possibilities. See how that works? That's what you have to learn to master. Yes, it will feel like the next logical step. Well, Mark, what's the next logical step feel like? I'll give you an example. You're running, you're playing sports. What happens? You get thirsty. What's the next logical step? I'm drinking some water. The body says, hey, let's drink some water, I'm thirsty. Do you think about drinking the water? Okay, what if you think about drinking water? When you think about drinking the water, do you get nervous? Do you feel weird about drinking the water? You just, right now, see, I got inspired action, look. Put my water down. That's inspired action. See the difference? Action, man, should I drink this water? I don't know. Am I thirsty to drink this water? Maybe I should drink this water. No, let me wait. Let me do some more stuff before I drink this water. How do I know I'm really thirsty? What if it's just fake thirst? That's action. That's wrong action. See that? I'm thinking too much. I'm analyzing too much. I'm trying to figure out too much. I'm trying to do it on myself too much. Okay. I always say to you guys, if someone says it here, your questions are always your answers. Every single thing is always working out for you guys. You have to believe it, and then you will see it. That's right. When you think of more problems, going through your questions, you guys are so good, you will get more problems. But when you think and when you allow solutions, you will get all the issues solved. Okay, listen now. Well, Mark, what do you mean think of solutions? That's why I had the problem. I promised for me to get the solution. How can I think of something that I can't even figure out? When I mean solutions, here's what I mean. Whenever you, let's say your problem is finances or something like that. What's the solution? More money, right? More things to fix, right? That's the solution you're looking for. So how do you get that to come into your world? Well, why don't you go to the end and see what you want as already manifested in your life? Why don't you see your problems as the solution in the end? If your problem is money, why don't you see yourself what it looks like with money? If your problem is relationships, why don't you see in the end what it looks like to be in a relationship, happy? If your problem is health, why don't you go see what it looks like to be healthy in the end? If your problem is success in your business, why don't you go see what it looks like to be in a successful business? You all can do that. You can either see it in your mind, you can either write it down in your journal, you can use your affirmations. That's what I'm talking about. Does that make sense? Beautiful one right there. Melissa has a great affirmation here. She says, it's not Melissa, sorry. This is the Drunken Tarot has a great affirmation. He says, why are financial solutions so easy for me? See that? And Melissa too, Melissa has a great point. She says, what you think about, you bring about. I like that, Melissa. Mark, I won $6 on the Mega Millions in Photoshop. It say jackpot winner. I put it in my phone. Is that okay? That is perfectly okay. I mentioned to you guys, and see you guys are doing this, which is great. You know, with the lottery, now you want to win the lottery. You want to manifest the lottery. I said it's all about getting your subconscious mind to buy into that you've won the lottery, right? So, what happens when you win the lottery? You get a check. All you're gonna look for in the check is the top of the check says Florida's lottery, California lottery, Missouri, whatever state you're living in lottery. That's what you're gonna look at. The next thing you'll look at is pay to the order of, and just see your first name on that check. Okay? When you have a physical check from the lottery, imagine the power of that to manifest. Now, if you live in a state, I know there's some states that, or some countries that don't do this, but the majority of them do. If you live in the states, some offices you can go in there, and instead of going to the retailer, you can take your winning ticket to the office, and they'll have to give you a check. If it's $6, they'll give you $6 check. But then I had a coaching student, he told me, well, Mark, you know, they don't do this, they don't do that in Massachusetts. When you go to Massachusetts if you win 10 or $20, they don't give you the check, they give you the actual cash. So okay, so if you want, the easiest way to do this is to always mail it in, even if you live in a state where you go into the office. If you mail it in, they have to issue you a check. Send your ticket in. If it's $6, they have to mail you out $6. Now, if you don't live in an area or state that doesn't do this, you're still fine. You can still manifest it. You can just Photoshop it. You can visualize it. You have your computer now. You can go on your computer. You can make a Photoshop check with your name on it in the lottery. Put it there and look at it. You have a printer now. You could print it out, and it looks like a real check because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. And you use that as your motivation to manifest what you want. And you can do that with anything. We live in the most technological age where you can do things and it looks so real and legit. See that? Right. So that's the secret to, and it goes to beyond the lottery. You can do this with all aspects of your life. The secret is show your illogical mind what you want in pictures, in images, anything physical. It will start to buy into that. Don't show your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is going to see it. That's fine. We're not concerned about the conscious mind. It's going to do what it's going to do. We're just more focused on the unconscious, your subconscious mind. You start to do that, you open up a whole new world for yourself. All right, guys, see how it works? So that's our lesson for today, and we'll see you guys again next week.